Hi boys and girls, Miss Gemma here, how are you? In today's lesson we're going to talk about algorithms. Algorithms, I wonder what they are. Let's go find out.
Algorithm.
Okay, so what's an algorithm, boys and girls? An algorithm is a number sentence that has a step-by-step way to solve the question. As you can see, there is an algorithm that's appeared on the screen. So you can see that there's a big number and a little number, and they're stacked on top of each other. And it's got columns. We'll talk about the columns in a moment. So when you're starting to solve a question, you need to start from the right and go left. Okay, so these columns. The first column is the ones column. And when we're trying to solve the question, we take the bottom number away from the top number. Then we go to our next column, which is the tens, and we take those numbers away. Then we go to our hundreds column, and in our thousands, so forth and so forth. Let's go have a look at an example. Okay, let's have a look at our first example, boys and girls. So our first example is 561 minus or take away 45. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to label our columns. So the first column is the ones column, so we'll represent that with a capital O. And our next column is the tens column, so we'll represent that column with a capital T. And then our third column in this question is for the hundreds, and we'll represent that with a capital H. Okay, so we're only going to deal with one column at a time, boys and girls, and we're taking the bottom number away from the top number. Okay, so in the ones column, we've got 1 take away 5. Can I do that? 1 take away 5? I can't take 5 fingers away. So what I need to do is I need to borrow. So I need to borrow from the tens column. So this 6 will become a 5. And I'll carry it over back to the ones column. So now my question says 11 take away 5, which equals 6. So I write that at the bottom of that column. Okay, now I've finished with the ones, now I'll go to the tens column. So just looking at the tens column, okay? So the question is asking me 5 take away 4. Can I do that? Yes, I can. That leaves me with 1. So I write the 1 down the bottom. So I've dealt with my ones, I've dealt with my tens. Now let's have a look at the hundreds. So I've got 5 take away 0. So that's all this question is asking me. So 5 take away 0, which equals 5, because I haven't taken any away. So I'll write the 5. Okay, so 561 take away 45 equals 516. Let's go try another one. Okay, so our next example, boys and girls, is just a little bit harder, but that's okay. All right, so it's 729 take away 544. So again, let's label our columns. So we've got the ones column, we've got the tens column, and then we have the hundreds column. Okay. All right, so just dealing with one column at a time. So what's this question asking me for? It's asking me to take 4 away from 9. Okay, so 9 take away 4 is 5. So we write the 5 down underneath. Okay, so I've dealt with the ones. Let's go to the tens column, just looking at the tens column. So 2 take away 4. So can I do that, boys and girls? 2 take away 4? No, I can't take 4. So I need to borrow from the hundreds column. So this 7 becomes a 6, and I carry it back to the tens column. Okay? So now my question is 12 take away 4, which equals 8. So I write it down underneath. Okay, so now I've dealt with my tens. Let's have a look at the hundreds column now, just the hundreds. So I've got 6 take away 5. That's what it's asking me. That's it. So how many is that? That's right, 1. Okay, so 729 take away 544 equals 185. I think we can do a harder one, boys and girls. Let's go. Okay, our next example, boys and girls, has an extra column. So I better label our columns just really quickly. Okay, so we've got the ones column, the tens column, the hundreds column, and this fourth one is the thousands column. So we'll represent the thousand with a capital T and a little h, the thousand. Okay, let's go solve our problem. Okay, so one column at a time, boys and girls, so starting with the ones. So 0 take away 2. 0 take away 2? Can't do. So I need to borrow. So I need to go back. I need to go over to the tens and I'll cross this 5 out and it becomes a 4. And then I take the 1 back and I carry it back over to the ones. So now my question is 10 take away 2, which is 8. Okay, so I've dealt with the ones. Let's have a look at the tens column. So I've got 4 take away 3, which equals 1. So I've dealt with my tens. Let's have a look at the hundreds column. So I've got 7 take away 6, which is 1 again. And then I've got 3 take away 0, which is 3. Okay? So the question, 3,750 take away 632 equals 3,118. Let's try a harder one. This one looks a bit tricky, boys and girls. Let's have a closer look. Okay, so the question is 6,219 take away 2,784. All right, let's have a look at our ones column. So just the ones column. So the question's asking me 9 take away 4, which is 5. So I write that underneath that column. Dealt with the ones. Let's go to the tens column now. So 1 take away 8. 1 take away 8? I can't do it, can I? So I need to borrow from the hundreds column. So this 2 becomes a 1. And I take the 1 that I borrowed and I carry it back over to the tens, okay? So now my question's asking me 11 take away 8, which is 3. So I write the 3 there, okay? So I've dealt with the tens. Let's go to the hundreds column. So 1 take away 7. I can't do that either, boys and girls. So again, I need to borrow from the thousands column. So this 6 will become a 5. And I'll take the 1 that I've borrowed and I'll carry it back. And this will become 11, okay? So 11 take away 7 is 4. Had to think for a second then. Okay, my last column, the thousands column, is 5 take away 2. 5 take away 2 is 3. Okay, so 6,219 take away 2,784 equals 3,435. Should we just do one more, boys and girls? I think so. Let's go. Okay, our last example for this lesson, boys and girls. Let's have a look at the ones column only. Okay, so 3 take away 1 is 2. Dealt with my ones. Let's go to the tens. 4 take away 5? 4 take away 5? No, can't do that either. So I need to borrow. So I'll need to borrow from the hundreds. So this 7 will become a 6. And I'll carry the 1 back over to the tens. Okay? So it becomes 14 take away 5, which is 9. That's right. Okay, so I've dealt with my tens. Let's go to the hundreds now. So 6 take away 8. I can't do that either, boys and girls. So I need to borrow again. So I'll borrow from the thousands. So this 9 becomes an 8. And I'll take that 1 back and this number will become 16. Okay, so 16 take away 8 equals 8. And our last column, our thousands column, is 8 take away 7. I can do that, which is 1. So 9,743 take away 7,851 equals 1,892. All those numbers, boys and girls.
Algorithm.
Boys and girls, remember there is a worksheet available with lots of examples to help you practice your subtraction algorithms. You did a fantastic job, boys and girls. Lots of borrowing and carrying. Now that you know all about subtraction algorithms and how to use them, your next lesson could be an addition algorithm. I wonder if that's tricky. I'll see you in our next lesson.